Okay. No. Should I go up there?
Do you need help? You're comfortable? Okay. Everyone's comfortable? Yeah, me too. Also, I feel quite some good energy now that we can go out, be in a bar all together. If I think back of this time last year, I was bored. I was very bored. I was so bored that I went back on dating apps. That's the right moment to go on dating apps when you are bored. Also, back then I was still in a relationship. Also a very good moment to go on dating apps. Actually, the best moment. So yeah, things in the relationships were very rough, and I mean everything was rough, except for sex. So I went on dating apps, and when I say apps, I mean it, plural. I have all the possible dating apps installed on my phone. They are all stored in a dedicated folder, and that's named dating apps. You may think I'm a creep. Maybe. But also I work in IT, I'm a UX researcher. So I like to compare apps and really test their usability. And it's a lot of fun out there because they are very different. And you would see how some of them are very comprehensive. They make you create very complex profiles. They ask you many questions. Do you have kids? How many kids do you want to have? And how do you want to name your kids? Legit. I would never date someone that doesn't want to name their kids like I do. I think you can also already enroll your kids to school via the app. It's still a beta version. But then there are other apps, a bit more cheeky. More straightforward. There isn't much talking happening there. People send each other very short messages, like, come over. Interesting, because among gay men, come over means come to my place and let's fuck. Among lesbians, come over means come to my place and let's move in together. Among straight people, I have no idea. Or I'm interested. So many apps, all different from each other. However, they do have one thing in common, and that's it, that I still haven't found anyone. My name is Francesca. Nice to meet you. My pronouns are she and her. My preferred pronouns are I and me. I like myself a lot. Like to talk about myself. Like to get a lot of attention. Which is why, in the first place, I got into comedy. So I can be on a stage. On the carpet. I can have a mic. And I can talk. The truth is that I wanted to be a singer, but I cannot sing. So for now, the talking will do. And you're there. You're listening to me. You even bought a ticket to be here. That really boosts my ego. Fun fact, sometimes in the past, my ex-girlfriend also would come to my shows, and she would also buy a ticket, which means she would literally spend money to listen to me. Weird. Because when it was for free, she would never listen. I should have charged. Well, in case it wasn't clear, I am a lesbian. Thank you very much. It's a tough job, but somebody's gonna do that. Any other lesbian in the room? Yes, because I know there are.
But who knows who else is in the audience? It's also my parents over there. Directly from the south of Italy. I think they never heard me saying the word lesbian so many times. So maybe today is maybe a coming out. They also do not speak English that much. Don't laugh about my parents, fuck off! You cannot. But I think also that the word lesbian is universally understandable. Anyway, well, I have good news, my fellow lesbians, because this is really good times to be a lesbian. Main reason being that no one can stand straight men anymore. One had to say that, and I'm gonna be the one. I mean, people tell me, Francesca, you are a lesbian, that's why you don't like straight men. I'm like, seriously, you don't need to be a lesbian to dislike straight men. They are just like unlikable. Even last week during a show, there was this very nice girl, and she was there with her boyfriend, because no one is perfect. And then, at a certain point, I make a comment about lesbians, and then she's like, woohoo! And I'm like, yeah, that's it, come over. So this is our time to really take over. There is no space left for straight men. However, some of them are realizing that something is going on. And you can really see how they mimic lesbians. Some straight men are keeping on imitating lesbians' behavior for the sake of gaining some credibility back. I'm going to give you an example. Do you know who Pete Davidson is?
Yeah.
Right? He's the boyfriend of Kim Kardashian. I just wanted to say Kim Kardashian. Well, basically, he clearly is a lesbian. Follow me. So, the guy dresses up more often than not like a skater boy. That's what lesbians do, including myself. The guy is a comedian. That's what many lesbians do, including myself. The guy changes very often relationship, creates a lot of drama, and is always with odd women. That's all. That's what lesbians do. Not myself. How are we with time? Because I'm having a very good time. 1 minute? Okay, so one thing about straight men, because you know, I think they, at the end of the day, they're just like, yeah, I mean, for me, the cutest is when they think that they can change a lesbian's mind. Well, of course it's bullshit. But, you know, when I was younger, due to social pressure and people saying, oh, well, maybe you just haven't tried, so you cannot say. Plus, I'm a researcher. I decided I would, you know, give it a try. So, and then you can see it didn't work, so this is the point. I embarked into this self-managed process of conversion therapy. And in order to run my experiment, I used this guy that was very much into me back then, which I totally understand. And I was really flattered, to be honest, by his attention back then, because the guy was hot, really hot. I mean, I can see when a guy is hot. He has this curly hair, brown eyes, good abs. Basically, we look the same. It didn't work. So this is it. I think this is my time.
You have more things to say?
Oh, no, I can give the stage back to the straight man.